This week, we discuss whether celebrities and corporations are ruining NFTs, and an update about the Quintin Tarantino versus Miramax debacle. Also, Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary thinks 2022 is the year of NFTs, and a venture capitalist sees stocks and properties being turned into NFTs. I'm Keys, stay tuned, and welcome to NFTs with Keys. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for all that NFT news you need. Also, comment below. It helps us a ton. And thank you to our subscribers. I know we just hit the milestone of 100 on the channel, so that's pretty cool. Keep sharing our shows with your friends.
That's right.
I think we have some ideas coming up soon, like a live show. We'll talk more about that at another time. But yeah, I think we got some new stuff for 2022 coming from NFTs with Keys and also the Crypto Bytes podcast as well.
That's true.
So just starting with some NFT news recently, there was a venture capitalist that basically is saying that stocks and properties will be turned into NFTs.
And I'd just like to say to everyone, I told you so.
Yeah, we did. Literally last week.
Thank you.
Yeah, literally last week we just said that. I don't understand where the stocks aspects come in, but we were talking about that earlier, about how you think that, okay, there's a finite amount of the stocks. You can essentially mint an NFT that way.
I'm just thinking more like company shares. You know, like if you have a company at a certain size, I'm sure there's a finite amount of shares. You could probably NFT those shares.
Yeah.
That'd be an easy way to track it. It's got its own policy number. How that looks in the future, I'm not certain. But the fact that we're having this conversation means other people are.
Oh, yeah. People smarter than us, all of us.
Better think tanks.
Yeah. The venture capitalist Bill Tai said the company's stocks and real estates will become NFTs in the future. He told CNBC that it is a matter of time and it's not even a question.
Yep.
And again, the stocks part, I didn't understand it at first. And so that's where I guess I kind of see where he's talking about. But when it comes to properties or real estate,
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it is a no-brainer. Tai, who also invested in startups like Zoom and Scribd, said he expects more and more things to be turned into NFTs as the internet moves from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0.
Couldn't agree more. I see this... I only see this as a matter of time. I mean, the fact that we have to have the conversation about the metaverse, that even existing in and of itself means that a Web 3.0 has to be coming. And to even give you an idea, to visualize that, I was telling Keys here, think of it like a Twitter space. You know, you can go the next step. You can now be in a virtual room with all of these people in the space. The person that's speaking or the host can be on like a virtual stage. Now you're like PFP means something in this room. You can more easily distinguish.
Yeah, it's just the metaverse at that point.
Yeah, it is the metaverse, but it's going to be. It's going to be a cryptocurrency that's the means of transaction of communications there. Yeah. And everyone's going to be. You're going to need NFTs. You know, you're going to need that for ownership.
Yeah, exactly. And
digital scarcity.
So Tai also cites putting land titles, real estate, art, and other things can be minted as NFTs. And he also thinks that they'll be utilized. So there'll be more utility to the NFTs besides just obviously art. He was quoted saying, "It's the most efficient way over time to assign ownership to really any asset."
Well, absolutely. I mean, even if you were to find something, right, and its original owner is long gone, if it were NFT'd, its existence is on the blockchain. We can identify where it is. You know, who owns it? Whose wallet is that?
Yeah, 100%. So again, we were vindicated with our thought that 2022 will be real estate's big year. And also, too, we kind of gave a shout out to like the way contracts for the music industry, but even further in real estate or property or even stocks. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what plays out there.
And definitely real estate makes a lot of sense, too, because you're talking about very high profile, large numbers that are passing by, but you don't have to worry about the human element. I mean, houses aren't alive, so you don't have to worry. And I hate to say it like that, but it's true.
No, it's true. It's 100% true.
Once we get the human element like dialed in, then we can talk about like actual mortgages and other bills that you just start NFTing, and it gets insane.
Yeah. So, and some other news, I had to bring it up. I have to. Is an update about the Quintin Tarantino versus Miramax situation. So Miramax is kind of flexing some weird stuff. We'll get to it. So Miramax lawyers sent a letter explaining to the plaintiff the arguments as to why Tarantino does not have the right to sell. They were quoted saying excuse me, they were quoted saying, "Whatever limited rights Mr. Tarantino has to screenplay publication, they do not permit the minting of unique NFTs associated with Miramax intellectual property, and his sorry, I can't speak. His contrary position is the subject of pending lawsuit. What your press release calls Mr. Tarantino's never-before-seen handwritten screenplay cannot yet be iconic or a fan favorite, so it is transparent that you and Mr. Tarantino are trying to capitalize on Miramax content, intellectual property rights, and brand."
Exclamation point, period.
Yeah.
You know?
I know I kind of messed up that quote while talking through it, but like, what?
Dude.
The movie itself, just the name, it could be, it doesn't have to be ever before seen. That's not right. Miramax is, I forget Miramax made Pulp Fiction.
You know, I actually find that thing hilarious because they're stating, just in that quote alone, you can't say that what you're about to NFT can be called anything like this because it's not Pulp Fiction.
But it is.
The best part about this, I think the best, like you're right, I haven't heard about Miramax at all until this was happening.
Yeah.
I didn't even think they were still in business.
I still thought Disney owned them.
That's funny. That's true. That's true.
And CBS Viacom owns 49%. I just found that out.
Maybe they made one of my favorite childhood characters, Cockknocker.
Oh God,
Mark Hamill's best work.
So even it really was. So even SCRT, the people who plan to sell the NFT, got the letter from Miramax counsel. I believe that's what that was cited from.
Yes.
The letter stated possible consequences for the broker, and SCRT might have to forfeit all proceeds of the sales to Miramax. And the purchasers might have to forfeit their goods in the auction. So you're telling me that Miramax wants to take away how could they do that?
I see this as a very loud and aggressive chihuahua.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's the lawyers, it's the counsel having to flex either Miramax wants their name in the spotlight, someone genuinely wants some money over at Miramax, or they know that this is there's some kind of activist or someone at the precipice of all of these new legal matters that involve what can and cannot be turned into an NFT. And the funny thing is they didn't care about that before, but now that there's the potential for that little insignificant NFT to bank in millions. Yeah. Hey, whoa, buddy, you can't take a picture of my dog like that. I don't know if you're gonna NFT him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right, but I mean, I think it's a really bad move by Miramax. I get why they're doing what they're saying or threatening, but it's one of those things I don't get how they would be able to take it away from someone's wallet once it's in there. So
here's the kicker: I mean, they're still gonna do it. Like it's still planned to happen. Like on the 17th.
Yeah, exactly.
It's happening.
It's happening. Like there's no stopping it. It just Miramax might just rob Quentin Tarantino of money and then essentially try to go after and maybe sue people who own the NFT.
I think they're just trying to...
it's a scare tactic.
It's a scare tactic, yeah, absolutely. Like, if this goes through, it's not going to be something that's very quick and something that's easy. You're going to have to fight for this, or at least that's the optics here, that you're going to have to put up some kind of legal battle because they're going to.
Yeah, at the end of the day, though, I mean, this is just a situation that seems a little screwy, and I'm here for it. I just want to see what happens. That's why we gave the update. And also, too, I love that Quentin Tarantino is just like, no, I don't care. I'm selling them.
I think I'm excited, and I think there are a lot of other parties that are just as interested as I am to see what happens on both sides of this coin. You know, this is NFTs being made and being sold by Quentin Tarantino, and then you have the first of, I'm assuming, many this year of lawsuits that are going to be coming in of rights or something involving NFT, the transaction of the NFT. So I'm genuinely curious to see how this all plays out. Now, just to make certain that it doesn't happen to some Joe Schmo, I'm looking at you. It's going to be Logan Paul. Logan Paul, you got to be the hero here and buy that NFT.
I don't think he will, but he might. Who knows? But you know what's funny? We were talking about NFT law stuff, and it's just crazy to think that I think 2022 might be the year of NFT law.
Yeah.
Like, really.
I'm down. I will seriously quit what I do and become an NFT lawyer.
Well, I think there will be a transition probably from intellectual property lawyers and like entertainment lawyers doing NFT law.
I didn't want to go back to college, ladies and gentlemen, but you heard it here first. Rick Naess is going to be going back to college. He's becoming an NFT lawyer. He's not. Unless Phoenix Online, you got something?
Oh my god. Okay, anyways. Let me compose myself. Hold on. University of Phoenix. My dad went there, so it's not that bad. But yeah, anyways, so Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary thinks 2022 will be the year of NFTs. I don't know if he slept through 2021, where they literally said the year was NFTs. The word of the year was literally NFT.
No, I think it's because Kevin O'Leary can finally get what do you call that? What's his favorite thing in the world? Reoccurring payments. Why am I forgetting what this is called? Royalties.
Yeah,
he's found a way to somehow milk royalties off of NFTs.
Yeah, there's royalties in NFTs. That would make sense. So Mr. Wonderful, as he's known on Shark Tank, clearly is in love with NFTs and crypto now, which is kind of funny because he was originally cited calling Bitcoin garbage, which I think is blasphemy.
I also think that's blasphemy because reasons.
So he was quoted saying, one of the biggest challenges I have is in inventory management, insurance management, and then of course authentication. Yep. He was also went on to say, when people offer me vintage watches, I have to go through a very arduous authentication process to know if it's fake or not. There is so many fake watches in the market. NFTs could solve all of those problems. And again, vindicating our point of saying with contracts or other things to prove.
I know this is kind of
real.
Stretched here, but remember we were talking about how does NFT affect fashions? We're over here talking about watches.
Yeah, exactly. So your Rick, your thoughts are spot on. So I good for you, good for us, good for the channel.
Yes.
So Leary, he went on saying Bitcoin is garbage, and now he's turned the corner and he's a big believer in cryptocurrencies and NFTs. He's actually a part owner of Immutable Holdings, and Circle and WonderFi, and he's also the spokesman and endorser for FTX, which is one of the biggest marketplaces out there. So O'Leary actually had a pretty good quote about kind of the future of Bitcoin, or kind of the way it's going. And it goes like this. So if you invest in Microsoft and Google and Amazon, what is the core you're investing in? It's basically software. Well, Bitcoin is not a coin, it's actually software. The blockchain is software. Ethereum, HBAR, Polygon is software. So the real decision is if we're willing to invest in software because it's a productivity tool, it provides a service, particularly in payment systems, that is being used globally. And he makes a really good point. Maybe not just with Bitcoin in general, but with Cardano, Tezos, what Ethereum originally is for processing, So it's just a lot of this makes sense. It's for an investment terms, when you're looking at these coins for an actual investment, like he's right. When you invest in Microsoft, you're investing in software, not the company, obviously, but it's the
I'd like to believe product. I'm investing in some kind of weird human trials, but it's Microsoft.
Well, same thing.
Oh, or I donate to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Maybe it's that.
Yeah, probably. Don't take us off YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot what the channel we're on. I love you guys. Really, you pay my bills.
So again, I think it's kind of cool that someone so vehemently against cryptocurrency has turned the corner and even found a way to do it. And he truly believes NFTs are going to be big in 2022. He did cite that he thinks that there'll be more regulation, which makes me a little uneasy about more regulation. Oh, because when you start getting regulation, you start walking away from the decentralized format, which is what all of this is based off of.
Yeah, but on the flip side, it also makes it real.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you know you've made it when you got haters? And this is the haters regulations.
Yeah, that's really true too. So yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. It kind of leads into our next topic, which is just we're gonna have a discussion about things happening in NFTs. This one time it's going to be our celebrities and big corporations ruining NFTs.
I wouldn't say ruining, but definitely, they're what create the curve. Did you just hear that? I think it was Elon that said Tesla now takes Dogecoin.
Or to buy merch.
Hey, Tesla's buy. You can buy Doge. Buy Tesla stuff.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I think it's a double-bladed or double-edged sword, where it goes both ways. Where it's like, yeah, celebrities joining, backing a cryptocurrency that they believe in, or getting into the industry in general and bringing more mainstream light to it, making it seem not so much as the people who have NFTs are just weird art kids, and people who have cryptocurrencies are people in mom's basements and dark rooms with only glowing blue light from the TV while they're DeFiing. It's just like, it's true, they do that too, but like,
you Deegans.
Yeah, seriously, you Deegans. But like, so I think it's cool to make it more mainstream, but I also do think when it comes to NFTs, I think a lot of these influencers and even celebrities, not so much influencers like Logan Paul or or KSI or any of these other.
Hey, don't think we're hating on you guys. We're not. We're
no. What I'm saying is I don't think they're in the wrong. Because those are influencers. Sure, they can kind of help dictate an NFT project, especially some of these projects I'm sure are kind of shady, and they pay an influencer or a rapper or some celebrity in the NFT and some money just to publicly say they back it, so then they sell out and then they pull rug. That's happened a couple times I've seen. Maybe the artist didn't know, maybe they joined for whatever legitimate reason. So I think it's a dual-edged sword in that case, that where celebrities are like Reese Witherspoon getting into NFTs. It's like, okay, cool, but well, you know what I mean? It's like, sure, I get it. You want to make more money. You haven't done a good movie in forever.
He didn't mean that, Reese. We love you. You can hit me up in the DM anytime you want. I'm sure you're happily married and all of that, but even still, let's talk.
Yeah, no.
For the NFTs. Just for the NFTs. Get your head out of the gutter, guys. I'm just talking about the NFTs here.
Anyways, but so it's like, in that case, I do think it depends on the celebrity. Like Steve Aoki does a lot for the space, for the community. Sure, when he jumps into a project, but he's jumping into Bored Apes, more Bored Apes or more doodles, or these projects that are kind of out of the reach of the normal person who didn't make millions, if not billions of dollars in cryptocurrency, or are just famous rich people. So it's like, that's not really that big. It is kind of cool when you see like Des Bryant joining, the Lazy Lions or some of these other ones. It's not like he's like promoting it. Sure, it's on his profile picture, but it's not like that moved those projects, because he's not really backing it and being so active in it. It's just kind of weird when I see, like Kevin O'Leary, in my mind with him, it's like, sure, I think he's doing good stuff by backing it. And when you have someone who's well known in like the financial industry and just investing industry, and he's backing it like that, it gives more, credibility to the investment purposes of NFTs and cryptocurrencies as a whole. So I think it's good, but I also think it's bad because a lot of people in the NFT space as a whole they're art people. They're when they see that, they think it's like, oh, you're invading my space. Kind of like with NFTs to gamers. Like they feel that's an invasion of their space, and it's just a scam to ruin their industry and make money.
Well, I think an NFT at the end of the day just a means to make money.
Yeah,
right
now, yeah, but like we were just talking, there's other means and utility for an NFT. But that's what I'm saying is the celebrities are kind of going in. It's like I don't know what celebrity it was, but it might have been Reese Witherspoon, it might have been some other celebrity, but they were talking about starting their own project, and it's like, we know why you're doing that. You want money. But that's not furthering the industry, because they're just trying to put something out and use their name to make a few $1 million. And I think that is ruining the industry. It's not like I'm okay with and I
celebrity. Think that segues into our next portion about corporations. Is that ruining the industry? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
And that's my point. Like if a celebrity wants to join a project and the project booms because they did, that's not on the celebrity. That's just the celebrity's following going, I want to buy into something that the celebrity that I love so much is in. So, but it's different when these celebrities start doing their own projects. And like you said, it segues pretty perfectly into our big corporations ruining NFTs.
Yes.
And I think so. I really do think so to some degree. I think there's the whole argument of the mainstream making it more mainstream for the everyday people. Because again, there's people, for God, whatever reason, they love Coca-Cola so much that, they'll buy anything. Just like when Marlboro used to do Marlboro
Bro,
points.
the fact that Rule 34 exists, nothing surprises me anymore what people like.
Yeah, that's true. But so like that's the thing. Like when Pepsi did their thing, they like that seems bad to me because they're using the name of Gary V to put out NFTs to create some sort of like, oh, this is legit, even though this is really just clearly a cash grab by Pepsi. But again, they're being forced into these industries. I don't think a lot of these industries necessarily wanted to jump into NFTs right away. They're just like, oh, wait, NFTs in the last 24 hours have done how many billions of dollars?
Yeah, and it's such an easy conversation to have with any kind of department head or anything like that. Hey, we have a project here. We've got it all on paper.
It's just like,
this is what we're gonna do, and hear me out. This is almost pure profit. What do you think? You think I can run with this?
It's like Vic
Absolutely.
Chaos. It's like Vic Chaos doing to the Denny's, like, or whatever. So it's just like the same thing. Like these corporations, they're like, oh, how can we make more money without doing anything?
NFTs, my favorite 3-letter acronym word.
But so, yeah, I do think big corporations ultimately are damaging the overall space in the sense that it's just, it doesn't seem good for NFTs as art. I think that's what's damaging NFTs as art. Not NFTs as a whole, as that whole space, but I think it's hurting the art. And I mean, I just saw a meme recently, and it was like a horse, and it was like really nicely done on the back, and then it looks like a stick figure horse in the front, and it was like 0.0 ETH to like 600 ETH.
And they're not wrong.
No,
and
not
here's
at
the
all.
funny part is it's the one that looks like just lines and circles. That's really the expensive one.
So it's really weird that, like in the NFT space, like the way like, people buy art, people buy crappy art. And so it doesn't help when these big corporations like, and I'm singling out Pepsi here just because I hate their NFTs. I know Gary V's company or Vanerick NFT, I think, helped produce it. So, I hate to be like throwing shade at Gary V or Pepsi's NFTs, but I'm not a fan of the design, and it looks gimmicky, it looks stupid. They were willing to spend millions of dollars on their logo that's just a circle with some lines through it, so it's just like, why didn't you put more money into making cooler designs, having a really good artist really come up with something big for a project?
And to play devil's advocate here for Pepsi, if all of those sold and they're making money, their only response is, why should we?
Exactly. No, that's the thing. I'm sure they've sold out, and I'm sure they're being traded. And that's the issue I have with big corporations, where it's like, you know how many amazing artists? You can go on Foundation right now and just scroll through that page. And sure, you're going to find a lot of crap that's going up there for 1 ETH or 4 ETH or in auction at 12. And you're like, why? But there's also some other amazing work that's at 0.1. 0.2, so it's just like, why is this all being passed up? I do think big corporations are gonna continue this path of putting out crappy NFTs, and people are gonna buy it because they see the value, because it's a corporation's NFT. Like with the Super Bowl NFTs. Yeah, I mean, Super Bowl NFTs are gonna be insane.
And I, for one, can't wait to own my moment of history. They've already got me, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I mean, I'm on NBA Top Shot. I've already signed up for the NFL one, so I'm guilty of buying these things. But I also like trading cards and other stuff like that. So
I just solid investments that age well.
Yeah, I really do. But yeah, so ultimately, I do think big corporations are ruining them to some degree. And again, I do think there's an argument for that, them helping make it more mainstream and more, not like, again, some weirdo kid is, with pink hair and like 20,000 piercings on his face, and it's some art kid. It's like, no, that's not who it is. A lot of these people are normal looking people. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some weird people out there, but and big corporations are kind of, I feel like going to damage those smaller artists trying to make it in NFTs. And I don't know, does it even matter that celebrities or corporations are in NFTs? Honestly, at this point, I don't think it does, because I don't think, like we just decided with the corporations, people are still going to buy their crap.
Well, and just to circle back to kind of what an NFT is right now, I personally think we're now coming to the end of the, and I hate to say it like this, the Pokemon card phase of NFTs. And I really think we're going to start getting into the utility portion of NFTs. And I think that's when we're going to start to see this turn into something bigger. And I'm curious to see what they're going to call them after that. If they're going to leave the name NFT for what it is right now,
no, I think,
or if they're going to rebrand it, or call that utility purpose something completely different.
I think it'll stay as NFT. They're not, going to try to rebrand or start their brand with a C or anything in front of it.
But I have to stop every now and then, take a breath, and realize we're still in the beginning.
It's infancy.
This is still in its infancy.
Super infancy.
Like we're probably on the bleeding edge of all of this. If you're watching this video, you are definitely on the bleeding edge of the NFT world. No doubt about that. And we love you. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so again, I don't think it matters at this point. And like you said, and kind of to the further point of, we thinking real estate and contract stuff are going to be minted as NFTs. That's going into the utility. I think that's really essentially what 2022 will be, is I think there'll be more regulations to make it more mainstream. And I think we're going to see, more utility. I agree with that point. And like real estate stuff, contracts, other stuff minted to the blockchain. So I think that's where the future of NFTs are going.
Me too.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. So let's, hold on tight and, let's see what happens. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Rick, for being here.
My pleasure.
I don't know why we're talking like this. But anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, also comment and share this video with everyone you know. Please. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to beg anymore.
I'll beg.
He'll do it.
In fact, if you want to hit us up, I will shill for you in the beginning of any show that we have. You just got to hit me up in the comments below. Also, we love you.
Yeah. Actually, no. We will do
that. Absolutely. I will
we
shill.
We will 100% shill for anybody. If you comment below and you share our video and you tag us, I will shill your art also, on the show. We'll show it.
At Raid Shadow Legends. You know what I mean?
This guy. So anyways, go follow me on Twitter at NFTs with Keys, as well as my friends at Argyros Crypto. And that's it. Thank you for everybody. Keep subscribing, keep sharing. We love you. Deuces.